What's up, guys? George back again to do another rant video. I know 2 in 1 month is crazy. My last rant I talked about Discogs, how they're getting rid of pretty much everything unofficial on their website. I did read an article, which I'll try and post the link down below, to what their CEO has to say about it. Plus other customers and sellers on Discogs. To me, I figured I'd do a video just to give my opinion on it, as far as them doing away with the non-official stuff, which I think is total horseshit. And some people might disagree with me, but it was the buyers and sellers like us and everybody on YouTube that has purchased, in the vinyl community that has purchased stuff from Discogs or sold on Discogs, that built that website. The original idea for the website was a marketing place to rival eBay, but just for music, which I thought was a great idea. But we used to have ones back in the day like Gem, and Music Stack, I think. Music Stack actually might still be around, but Gem's no longer. But Discogs was different because you could do all the different types of pressings for a certain album. I learned a lot by being on Discogs as far as pressings go, and different pressings of certain albums, especially the AC/DC stuff, which everybody knows they're my favorite band. So I found quite a bit of quite a bit of info on there. But if it wasn't for guys like me and guys and gals like you to buy and sell on there, the website wouldn't be around. It's customers and sellers, buyers and sellers on there that set up all the information for different LPs and CDs and even, music DVDs and Blu-ray. And if it wasn't for us, none of that shit would be up there. I find it very disheartening that they're doing away with all the unofficial stuff, because that's not just bootleg stuff. It's like I've seen promo pieces disappear up there saying, you can't sell or buy. Remix stuff, like 12-inch singles, that technically aren't legitimate, I guess. I don't know how they're getting away with that. Maybe because it's promo or whatever, but I find it funny that they're doing that. A lot of their business, I believe, was selling bootlegs. They make a lot of money on people selling shit on there. 10%, I think, or 9% of every sale, of every dollar. I think it's a 9% shot across the boards. They say you sell something for 50, they take 9% of it, or 8%, something like that. It's a little lower than eBay, but not much. Cheers. So I find it funny that they want to do away with the unofficial stuff when it really doesn't concern them. I know over the years that labels and stuff had cracked down on bootleggers and pirated stuff on eBay. Now, pirated stuff's totally different. I mean, that's making copies of, say, like the new Darkness album. They're making copies of it, so it's pirated. But as far as the bootleg stuff goes, it's just unreleased live shit that the band feels that they don't want to release for some reason or another. I've gotten some amazing bootleg LPs from Discogs, also from eBay and other sources, so I'm not going to be hurting for that stuff. But I just find it ironic that after all this time of Discogs being around, which I think is 10, 11 years now, that they're going to do away with all the unofficial stuff on here or on there. And it's kind of silly. Like I was telling her, I was shooting video of all the Russian CDs that I was getting over the last few months. You can't get them anymore on there, which is, it sucks, but I get it because they're pirated. They're not, I knew there was going to be a crackdown on them. I think that's why I went a little hog wild on them to begin with, but I mean, I'm just strictly talking about the bootleg LPs, like the ones I've got, like AC/DC and Kiss and stuff like that. A lot of those things look and sound, look better than actual, major label stuff. The artwork and packaging on a lot of that stuff is beautiful. Like I said, there'll be other places to get it. It's just going to drive the prices up, I think. Drive the prices up of that stuff. Which is unfortunate too, because if people want it, I don't suggest paying a ton of money for that stuff, but like 30, 40 bucks tops for some of that stuff. Now I see shit going for over 100, 150 bucks. One Kiss thing I got last year, a double live thing from Australia, I think it was, and it's the Australian show that's been out before as part of the Kissology DVD box sets, that the live soundboard. But I see that go. I saw one sell on eBay for 340 bucks like 2 weeks ago, and I got that less than a year ago for 48 bucks or something like that on Discogs. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Now the CEO says that they've been combating bootleg stuff ever since they started, which I think is total bullshit, because I've seen so much stuff up there that I even think, like, how the fuck can they sell this up here? This is ridiculous. Like CDR, by itself, like a disc by itself, no artwork or anything, and people are selling it for $6, $7. So I get like maybe cleaning some of that shit up, but as far as like the bootleg vinyl and stuff, I don't get it. Like I said, if it wasn't for the people buying and selling on there, especially selling, that site wouldn't be as useful as it is today, because it takes guys like us and gals, to really build up that database of all those releases and titles. Because you can, obviously, if you don't know, on Discogs, you can add titles in, your own titles in, if it's not up there already. And your own pressings, like if you have a pressing of Zeppelin 3 with a different matrix number that's not up there, you can add it in and have its own page and sell and, buy or whatever. But I just find it funny that, they're doing it now after all this time. I don't know. Like I said before, I think they're getting ready to sell it. I really do. They're trying to clean up some of shit so it's an easy sale, an easy crossover to the new owners. Either that, I don't think they would be going public. I really don't think Discogs is that big of a business to go public. However, they sold probably 15, I think it was like, so far in 2017, it's like 1.7 million albums have been sold on Discogs within the first 8 months of the year, which is, I would imagine pretty standard nowadays for Discogs and eBay. I'm curious to see what the eBay numbers would be, and right now it's definitely a buyer's market. I've been selling on Discogs for years. Just weird shit and stuff I don't want, and I never sell bootlegs up there really, so it doesn't concern me as far as selling bootlegs. But like I said, it only concerns me for buying. But there's going to be other outlets for it. I'm sure eBay, you can find stuff on eBay still, but I just think it's funny that they're doing all that now with no reason given. I mean, there hasn't been an official reason given why they pretty much unloaded half of the Discogs database that you can't buy or sell on there anymore. So I just wanted to do a quick rant about it. I'm curious to see how other people feel, if they've noticed. I guess this started in May, but it really started picking up steam the last month. I really noticed a lot of shit like that I had in my want list that would pop up every now and then. I'd go on and now it says, cannot be sold or purchased through Discogs anymore. I just thought that was stupid. I don't get it why they did that, but who am I to fucking judge? I've, by selling stuff up there, I've made them a lot of money. And by buying, I've made them a lot of money. And I get it, they're a business, but I always wanted to start a music website for trading, and buying, like Discogs. About 10 years ago, I had the idea. Once I saw Gem and saw how dysfunctional the website was, it was just a shitty website, a shitty browser, and it really didn't do much for... I think I bought maybe one or two things off of Gem before they closed. It was just... It was a really poorly laid out website. Discogs is laid out pretty well. I mean, if you're really, looking for something rare on there, you can find it for the most part. And if you're looking up like we do at the shop for current pricing, it's killer. Because they give you a median of what has sold of each title. We try to stick to that median pretty well. If not lower. Some of it's lower, obviously, but we don't want to sit on shit at the shop. We want to sell it. So I've been looking for bootleg vinyl distributors over the last 6 months, and it's almost impossible. Other guys I've talked to said it's drying up. I guess, I don't know why, but it's drying up. I guess because they released so much shit over the last 4 or 5 years. It's ridiculous. But that's just going to drive the prices up of the bootleg stuff that everybody has already. Like people that watch this. If you have bootleg vinyl, hang on to it, because, 5 years from now, those things are going to be sought after even more so than they are now. And they're going to be 2, 3, or 4 times as much as you paid for them. So, oh well, that's it. I just wanted to get on here. That article I read today kind of pissed me off a little bit, because it made record collectors sound like fucking morons, or people that collect that shit like dummies, like they don't know what they're getting. Oh, it's a bootleg LP, it's going to sound like shit. It's going to sound, it's not going to be as good sounding as the album. It's like, well, no shit, dummy. You know what I mean? Like, duh. I fucking know that. People know that. If you're a record collector, you fucking know it. Like, what are we, dumb? We're not dumb. The guy that they interviewed from Discogs sounds like a dumbass for saying that. So, anyway, that's it. Before I get angry, which I won't, but the more I think about it, the more it pisses me off, like treating people that are record collectors like they're fucking idiots because they act like we don't know what bootleg LPs are, or pirated even, for that matter. Like, we're not fucking stupid. I mean, when it comes to records, I could be stupid when it comes to other shit. I don't know. My wife would say that, but when it comes to music and records, we know what we're doing. Anybody here in the VC that has a fucking half a brain in their head, that buys shit all the time, knows what the fuck bootleg LPs are, and know they're far less superior than an actual album. However, some of the bootleg LPs that have come out over the last 5 or 6 years, like I said, are far more superior than the records when it comes to the artwork and it comes to the packaging and the incentives inside, like the booklet or a tour book or a poster, because these record labels don't do that shit anymore because they're too busy raping people, you know, for a $29.99 fucking list price for I don't know, for Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Like an album that everybody and their mother already has, you know, either on vinyl or CD, and they're still, you know, fucking $30 list or $27 list. It's ridiculous. And they don't even put the original cover on it. Like, I could see if it had the original cover, you do a limited run of like 1,000 copies and you make the list $27.99. Even that's fucking high, but there's only 1,000 copies and it's an incentive for people to buy it at that point because they're so limited. But to get like Guns N' Roses or Nirvana, they're just fucking repressing them every other week if they're selling them. So it's not like they're running out of them or will run out of them. But yet they're still charging $27.99. And they're charging us like $24. And we put them in that shop for 27 or 26. We make absolutely no money on LPs, so on new LPs. All of our business is used, so. But anyway, before I get into a whole nother tangent, I'll fucking cut it off here. If you watch this before 10 o'clock on September 1st, which is Friday night, I'll be doing a live LP update as far as I know right now. I'm still doing it, but I'll be doing some new reviews real soon, so check them out. Some DVD, Blu-ray update, all kinds of shit, all kinds of content. So definitely check it out. Click that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you haven't. And I'll talk to everybody next time. Peace.